Welcome back to Big Apple Breakdown, where we have an emergency podcast episode. The sports community was just stunned last night, and if you're living under a rock, you missed out. Luka Doncic, I always say his last name wrong. I'm sorry if I pronounce it wrong. Has been traded to the Lakers out of nowhere for Anthony Davis, and we'll go over the rest of the piece later. But literally, I'm still in disbelief this trade happened.
It was absolutely absurd. Came completely out of nowhere.
I mean, literally, we were all just hanging out in your room, Henry, and just it was such a crazy timeline because since Woj retired, Shams is really the only guy that's on these right away, and we all thought it was fake and hacked.
Yeah, I remember looking at my phone thinking because I recently turned on Twitter notifications for a bunch of different accounts, and I remember looking at it thinking, "Oh, I must have turned on notifications for a fake Shams account. I gotta turn that off in a second." And and then the
Bro,
whole room just froze. You and Cooper were like, "Holy shit! Like, is this real?" And we're like, "No, he got hacked. He got hacked." None of us believed it at first, but I was looking at you, and I could see like on the inside a little bit. You were
I
getting all excited. I'm like, oh, he's gonna be so disappointed.
I
But
really thought it
real.
was fake. Like, I mean, like as you guys know, I am a Laker fan, LeBron fan, and like I just could not believe it. And like this is the most stunning move in NBA history and in probably the biggest blockbuster trade in NBA history.
Yeah, there's maybe a couple trades that are like comparable in terms of talent, but the shock factor, this came out of absolutely nowhere. No one expected this at all. And people thought that Luka was gonna stay till the summer, sign that super max, but
Yep. I
absolutely
mean,
out of nowhere.
I don't, it's 2025 and none of this got leaked. I don't know how that's possible. It amazes me that these two GMs kept this under the table.
Yeah, and I saw Nico Harrison today. He said that even Jason Kidd didn't know. They were sitting next to each other at their press conference. But I know what kind of players Jason Kidd likes. Like I know he was on board with this. Jason Kidd just had just had like a just looked like he was
It's
dying on the inside.
Well, yeah. I mean, the Lakers played a game before, had a great game. It
Mm.
came out that Anthony Davis texted the Lakers like, "Great game." Like he's hurt. He
Yeah,
didn't play yesterday. LeBron James had no idea. And
I
this,
I find that a little hard to believe. I know they're
I really
doing
think he
that.
had no idea.
Hmm.
And I'll go over to the LeBron side to this, but this move just changes the landscape of the league for the next 10 years. The Lakers were hesitant to make future draft picks and trades, and this is why. And they didn't even give up that much for Luca.
Yeah, no one would have been hesitant to make this move. I know Anthony Davis is a great
Great
player,
player.
but he's 31. Uh, Luka is 25, just
Anthony Davis is
entering
still
the prime
amazing.
of
His
his
best
career.
years are probably behind him, though.
Yeah, Luka is 25, just entering the prime of his career. The Lakers got an absolute superstar.
And I mean, like just from the Mavs side, just none of this makes sense. Why would you do a trade? Why would you not just like normally if a player this big, which I don't know the last time a player this big's been traded in the NBA. Like Durant was 34 when he got traded.
Yeah,
The
and
Nets pay
yeah, the Nets ended up getting over 10. Like now, after trading Mikal Bridges, they've gotten over 10 first round picks for a
yeah.
34-year-old Kevin Durant.
And I mean, but like, if why would you not, even if he ended up getting traded to the Lakers, why would you not put him on the open market to up the price? The Lakers kept a tradable first round pick, Austin Reeves, and Dalton Connect. That's nuts to me.
Yeah, they could have shopped him. The Rockets had a bunch of picks. The Spurs had a bunch
The
of picks.
Thunder have like
Thunder
40
have a bunch
picks,
of picks. Yeah.
and
And
it just makes no sense.
who knows if the Thunder would have been in to trade for him because they have a great young core going, but they could have just given them a bunch of picks for
And
Luca.
they just had the press conference about it, and he's saying this might be the stupidest quote I've ever seen. He was saying that what's his last name
I think
again?
Nico Harrison.
Nico Harrison. Yeah. So he was saying that the future is 3 to 4 years, not 10. That's what he's looking at. He legit believes Luka was holding them back. This team was in the NBA Finals last year. They said over the summer they were a Klay Thompson away from winning it all.
and large part, and they were pretty much in the NBA Finals because of Luka. People want to criticize, oh, he's not a great defender, he's not great conditioning, but when he has to defend, he turns it on and he becomes a serviceable to good defender.
This is all stuff you can fix. The conditioning is stuff you could work on. And Anthony Davis is on his way to the Hall of Fame. He's a great player, but you just traded away a generational superstar. And he's 25 and I'm still stunned. I just cannot believe it. And
It,
I mean, in my opinion, this might be the biggest trade since Babe Ruth to the Yankees in sports
it could
history.
be. I
I
know
think
we
they have
keep
that much of
mm, I know we keep just
that much
like
of a
repeating
difference.
ourselves, and everyone who's been talking about it on TV and stuff
That's
is
what all we're
repeating themselves.
saying.
But like it's
Everyone's
just
repeating themselves.
unbelievable. It's unbelievable. No one can fathom this.
No one can. And I mean, from my side, I'm a fan of the Lakers, LeBron. And I had emotion this because like Anthony Davis was my second favorite player in the league the last 5.5 years. I remember in high school when he requested the trade from the Pelicans, I was going crazy because I knew the Lakers with Anthony Davis, LeBron could win it all, which they did. They were successful. And realistically, like I get what Pelinka after they did the Russell Westbrook trade was so scared of way of trading future first round picks. And I think the LeBron AD window peaked, and there was no move possible that would get them a championship. Like maybe they're like a legit shot at a championship. There were moves that would give them a shot, which I already talked about on the podcast. And I said they owe it to the superstars. But I mean, I'm crushed for Anthony. I actually am crushed for Anthony Davis. That guy wanted to be a Laker, and the Lakers had a bad 10-year stretch before LeBron and AD got there, and Davis chose the Lakers and brought him a championship.
Yeah, in every stop LeBron's had, like Miami, then Cleveland, he's had these great group of guys around him, and towards the end, there's always been like the writing on the wall, like, oh, it's kind of grown stale a little bit. It's maybe time to move on. But the difference that they had back then is that they had time to,
Mhm.
oh, let's get to the offseason and move on. The Lakers are thinking, oh, we don't really have time here. LeBron might just retire after this year. So like we have to do something, fix it, like change it up. I know they're a 6 seed, but this makes their ceiling for this year and years to come even higher if they go make another trade for a Miles Turner or yeah.
Center's definitely on the way. I think a couple moves because they clearly were hesitant to trust Anthony Davis as the main guy after LeBron era. And when they made the Anthony Davis trade, it was all about LeBron handing the keys over, and that
Mhm.
never really happened. Davis
Yeah.
earlier years got hurt a lot, and LeBron was still the best player. And even the last 2 years, I would say Anthony Davis has been better than LeBron, but
Mhm.
it didn't feel like it was his team ever in this era.
Yeah, no, I agree. There's also I feel like the last 10 or so years, the NBA has been trying to have this like pass of the torch moment. First, it was Ben Simmons and Zion, and then when AD got traded to the Lakers, it seemed like, oh, this could be like the pass of the torch moment. And I feel like the media is going to try to recreate this again with Luka, and this might be the one that actually sticks.
Yes.
In a time when the NFL dominates the media, the NBA totally this week came in and took it over. Like it's the NFL's week, the Super Bowl, and the NBA just came in and one up them.
I mean, this is what the NBA just has some of the craziest blockbuster moves
Mm.
from superstars leaving superstars. Football, you don't really get that.
Oh yeah, no.
Like a lot of time quarterbacks stay on the same team most of their career, if not one move. And
Also in football, like one player moving teams doesn't move the needle as much as it does
Mhm.
in the NBA.
The
So
only time like a reaction like this happened if like I can't even compare it football. I was thinking of ways I could compare this trade football wise. I can't. Like I'm trying
there is
like
none. There's none.
there's literally nothing. Like it may be a crazy blockbuster quarterback trade. Like I don't know if for some reason Josh Allen got traded for another like
Yeah.
lower. I don't even know. I honestly cannot think of a football comparison. And
Even baseball, just for there's comparisons with like talent, maybe, but
mhm.
the sheer shock factor that this came out of nowhere. No
I
one
think
saw this coming at all.
this just didn't get leaked at all. And I mean, I don't know if we'll ever see something like this again in sports where just no one saw this coming.
And everyone thought
And
that. that if the Mavs would trade someone, or if one of those two guards would go to the Lakers, it would be Kyrie.
I mean,
And
I can't believe it's crazy after all these years that Kyrie and LeBron never like Kyrie and Anthony Davis are playing together, and it's
mm,
not with LeBron,
yeah,
and LeBron's playing with a Maverick guard, and like it's just nuts that this is the pairing that ended up happening. And there's so after this trade happened, I was thinking you were off this idea, but I was thinking, is LeBron gonna ask out? Because obviously LeBron and Anthony Davis are like best friends. And I'm like, dude, he might like he didn't know about this. And I'm like, are the Lakers just gonna move on and just start over at the Luka era? But LeBron's staying.
yeah.
And
I honestly had no like. It's a good. I saw that tweet that you showed me, and yeah, that I guess that is a thought that could go in your head. But I didn't even think about that was even a possibility because now you have LeBron and Luka. This is perfect for the Lakers, perfect for the NBA, and LeBron playing with Luka gives him a better chance to win, in my opinion, than him playing with Stephen Curry.
and uh and the side of it, like with LeBron, now that like if you revamp this roster, you this is his best chance to win a fifth ring. And I was thinking about this. Clearly, so the Lakers called LeBron. I don't know what they talked about, but I'm thinking Palenka and Genie Bus, the owner, was talking to him like, when you signed here in 2018, we vowed we want you to stay here the rest of your career, and we want to do everything you can to keep winning as you age. And this is what they're doing. And I mean, I'm sure they said to him, LeBron made a choice to leave his best friend Dwayne Wade in 2014 for the best move for himself. And I'm sure this is similar to that. And this is the best
Yeah.
move for the team. And I know it's your best friend, but I'm sure LeBron realized like, wow, like if they're gonna make another move, the Lakers, and this could be my best chance to get a fifth ring. And this could extend LeBron's career if he wants to keep playing, because now the LeBron James era was all the way up until LeBron having a triple double last night in Madison Square Garden. It ended. It moved on in about an hour and a half later to the Luka era for the Lakers. LeBron, for the first time in his career, you can really say that he is the second option.
Yeah, he probably is. Yeah, he definitely is a second option with Luca, but they're this is gonna be so fun to watch. They're gonna
It's
be
gonna be
incredible
it's gonna
together.
be ecstatic. And some of the things the Mavericks side are saying about Luka, that he's out of shape, they were sick of uh the way he was not conditioned. I think Luka is gonna have a revenge tour.
I think so too, and especially going to playing with LeBron, you see
Mhm.
that type that type of greatness every day, the preparation, the way he takes care of his body, and also like many other players in the NBA today, Luka idolized Kobe Bryant, and he's going to Kobe's franchise, and he's getting handed the keys of the Laker of such an iconic franchise, and he's going to be the guy there. That's got to be something give you a little bit of a kick in the ass and motivate you to start working harder, I guess.
And LeBron has said he's a huge Luka guy multiple times. I mean, I saw a tweet from 2018 where LeBron was talking about like, oh, like I'd love to play Luka one day. Luka was a rookie, keep in mind at this point.
Mhm.
And Luka laughs and goes, haha, maybe one day. And I don't know if you knew this, LeBron, uh, when Luka got in the league, he tried to make Luka the first ever
Yeah.
LeBron player. Like like Jordan does that. That's what
Mhm.
he tried to do. Like LeBron's loved this guy. And part of like what like part of LeBron is like there's never been a player you can really compare him to. And I think Luka's the most comparable guy we've ever seen with LeBron's play style. He's a
Yeah,
less
yeah.
athletic, better shooter, worse defender. LeBron, really, if you think about it.
Yeah, no, that is very true.
And Luka's now gonna have a chance to learn under a top two player ever, in my opinion, the greatest ever. And you're worried about his conditioning. LeBron James is the most conditioned athlete in the history of the NBA, and Luka's gonna learn under that. And LeBron's not gonna be. I'm sure Dallas was afraid to call Luka out. Like LeBron's not gonna be afraid to call Luka out on
Mhm.
that. And
Also,
I just can't believe that's why you would trade a guy that good.
yeah, also
That's crazy.
you're worried about his conditioning just a few months off. Like I get it, we've all seen him gain a bunch of weight the last few years, but you're worried about his conditioning just a couple months off of him taking you to the NBA finals. Like
That's the
he
crazy.
just
They
took you
were
to the
in the
NBA
NBA
finals.
finals last year. I
Yeah.
just bizarre. And this trade could age really badly for Dallas, because you look at their team, they had a pretty good team.
Mhm.
But how much longer are Kyrie Irving and Anthony Davis going to be playing or in their prime? What, 3, 4 year window, I
Yeah.
would say?
And I was saying to you last night, Anthony Davis is older and he has had his fair share of injuries, and he's
He's been
31.
healthy recently.
He has been
He's
healthy.
actually had a healthy couple years,
Okay, he's been healthy recently,
but
but
it's
say he
there
has
the
one
injury history.
one more major knee injury or something like he could be done. And Luka is 25 years old.
I mean, yeah, I I like the Mavericks team, but it doesn't scream me, oh my God, this team's gonna win the title type team.
Yeah.
And I'm just confused. Like I've just never and they could have just what was interesting to me is their GMs had his eye on Anthony Davis for years. And this was one of the few players, like I didn't think this would be one of the few players you would trade a guy like Luca for.
Yeah. And didn't you say that it was like one of three players or something?
They called the Bucks about Giannis, apparently.
Okay.
The Bucks weren't interesting. But it's just like it's just really because normally when you trade a guy like Luca, you go draft capital wise. But
Hmm.
they got one draft pick, and like now that draft pick's not going to be good because Luca's going to be on the team.
Yeah. Also, even with that Anthony Davis move, they could have gotten that other pick and some pick swaps. And
They'd
like
even try.
they
Like
didn't even
it.
try, and they didn't even try to really shop him.
What's crazy? They just called the Lakers and like Rob Pelinka is close with Nico and
Hmm.
they it literally started off a joke because the Lakers and Mavericks played earlier this month and they're friends and they had a cup of coffee and it started off a joke and they were talking and then it just happened and just a crazy trade and a crazy night in the sports world.
Yeah, and I do remember earlier today seeing something that uh Nico Harrison said something to Pelinka like, "Oh, like what about Luka Doncic?" And Rob Pelinka started laughing.
That's
Like
what I mean.
imagine getting like you basically get mocked offering a trade and then you still go through with it.
And I mean, what's crazy with Pelinka is I've wanted his head. Like the Laker fans been after him.
Mm,
And now he's gonna have the Brian Cashman thing. He'll never get fired. He literally has this job for as long as
yeah,
he wants to now.
yeah, he
And
does. But also it it's not even like he is some mastermind that pulled off some great move. It's just more the incompetence from the Mavs side of things.
it just feels like this is
No?
gonna you're gonna look back at history and like the Lakers get stars. This is what they do, but like, how did they get offered this deal? Like the Lakers are really gonna go. This is Kareem, Magic, Kobe, Shaq, LeBron, AD, and now Luca. Like it's just crazy the stars they have and how they do this. Like and people like a lot of time people make fun of Laker fans because anytime a star's available, like, oh, we're gonna get him.
Mm.
Like after this, like they somehow do.
I've
And
been seeing Luka Lakers jersey swaps for the last few years, and it's like, oh, that probably won't
yeah,
actually happen. And
you want to know what's nuts? They really turned, if you think about it, Lonzo Ball, Brandon Ingram, Josh Hart, and a couple first to Luca because
yeah,
that's what they got for Anthony Davis. And I mean, I feel for AD. He really wanted to be a Laker legend. And I wonder if he won a championship there. He had a really good tenure there, and like Anthony Davis, I think he wanted to stay a Laker, but the way they were reluctant to like give him the keys, I think this was gonna happen when LeBron retired anyway.
yeah. I also don't blame them for not for being reluctant to give him the.
No, it's a smart thing. Like the Lakers are smart with this stuff. But and the LeBron side of it, like another reason why I didn't think they were gonna trade LeBron is because the big reason why LeBron went to the Lakers is he saw how they treated Kobe when he lost a step towards the end of his career.
Uh,
And that's how the Lakers get stars. You see how they get treated even when they're not at their best ability. They don't get put in the mud. And now, I mean, I'm thinking ahead, but when LeBron retires eventually, they're gonna get another star. They're gonna have cap
oh
space.
yeah,
And I'm thinking Jokic or Giannis, like they're gonna hunt for something like that. And now the
isn't
Lakers have
Giannis
gone made fun
also
of what's up?
Giannis? I think is a free agent in end of 27, I believe.
26 and LeBron could be retired by then.
Yeah,
And geez,
yeah.
and they could it to him. And Jokic and Luka flirted with playing each other. And I mean, it's just nuts. Like this trade, like the Lakers have for a front office that's made some bad moves during
Mhm.
this LeBron era. They really are just they saved themselves, and now they're going to be relevant for the next 10 years. And I mean, I really think it's the best thing that could have happened in the NBA. The NBA was struggling views wise, and now Luka's going to be the face of the league now.
Oh yeah, and like we did mention this before, like this could be with all the criticism that the NBA has been under lately, this could be the move that saves them. Like I mentioned before, they're for this whole week they're taking over news coverage that otherwise would have been going to the NFL. This is the NFL's big week, and NBA is outshining it this week.
And like De'Aaron Fox is gonna get traded probably. Jimmy
Also,
Butler's still out there.
you know what is also crazy? Makes me think like, could this change the way like people's values?
Oh yeah, I
You
don't know.
know?
I mean, like,
The way
well,
people are valued.
I thought it was an this trade was just a huge undervalued of a player, but I thought it was kind of an issue how much players were getting traded for. Like Mikal Bridges,
Hmm.
that deal for Mikal Bridges, like that's a horrible trade. Now thinking about it,
Yeah, that is
like
true. You
the
do
Knicks
like
got better. Don't get me wrong, but four
yeah,
first round picks for him.
yeah, you got your whole future.
You remember how much Gobert got traded for?
Yeah, wasn't it four?
Four first round picks.
Yeah, yeah,
Like that's nuts. And like I remember I thought it was an issue that I'm like, dude, no, trades are never gonna happen if this is the value. But with the new CBA, some of these the smaller market teams are reluctant to give these guys big deals. If you look at Minnesota, they traded Karl Anthony Towns to the Knicks, and now Dallas, and it's like these teams, unless I swear, unless it's LeBron James or Kevin Durant, prime guys like that, those guys aren't going to get those deals. But it's Luka. It's just this. Oh my, I can't believe it. I cannot believe
yeah.
the Lakers have Luka.
And the Lakers are able to just go make other moves. Like usually if a team makes a move like this, they got like we were just saying, they got everything and they get this guy and they don't have anything else to go make another move. But the Lakers are set up so perfectly. It's literally like if you force a trade in a video game.
Yeah, I mean, and like I feel like this changes a like I think they could maybe trade Austin Reeves now. Why would you need Austin Reeves and you have Luka? They're kind of similar
Yeah.
players, play styles, and now you could get a good big. They got picks. Dalton Connect's young, Austin Reeves, Rui's a decent player. Like they could get they're gonna get a center.
Yeah.
And if they revamp this roster well within the next 4 days, they have a real shot to win it all, which is
I
nuts.
agree. I totally agree. And that'd be so cool to
I mean,
see.
Luca and LeBron. I mean, this could create a rivalry. Luca just lost to the Celtics.
Yeah.
Lakers Celtics could this could be nuts. Like
Yeah,
this.
Luca
Oh my
versus
God, the NBA is going to be happy.
Luca versus Porzingis.
Oh my God, I didn't even think about that.
I thought
Lakers
about that last
Celtics.
year and I'm like, oh, that's so weird.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Like late, it's just wild. And I mean, I don't think this trade would have ever happened if Cuban was still the owner.
Oh, I don't think so either. But doesn't Cuban still like
That's
run
what I thought.
run
I thought he was
something?
still like helping the team, but there's no way he was.
Yeah, and I don't know. It just makes no sense.
It's
I just
nuts.
don't get why they didn't shop him to other teams. Don't you think the Spurs maybe who were in on De'Aaron Fox would have been in on him? The
Dude, the
Rockets,
Spurs would have but Matt Spurs like the Thunder, every team in basketball would have been in this guy.
especially because the Spurs have a long history of those European players.
Oh yeah, oh my God, the Spurs would have been all over that. And like this happened in the middle of the year. And
Yeah.
these trades don't happen like
Yeah.
this. Like they're
Also,
not an off-season move.
like Luka was like the Mavs' next guy, their next European
Oh
superstar
yeah,
after
they went
Dirk.
from Dirk to Luca,
It's
and I mean
insane.
this was just an offer the Lakers couldn't say no to.
Oh
Like
yeah, no.
this just changes your franchise for a whole new era.
Makes me think also what the Mavs could do next because they're kind of loaded at front court with
That's what I'm thinking. They
Davis,
got
PJ
Lively, Gafford,
Washington,
Davis.
Lively, Gafford.
Well, they said they're playing Anthony Davis at the four, which he's publicly said he wants to be.
Yeah.
Which I mean, that's good for him. I mean, at least he didn't get sent off to like the Hornets. Like
Oh,
he's in a good spot. Like he's in a good spot. I'm happy that because like that would have sucked. He would have gotten screwed over. I mean, I'm sure he's stunned. I'm sure the whole Lakers are stunned.
mm.
JJ, I mean, the
It is
Lakers have had a
fun.
good year.
Yeah, they have. They're what, the sixth seed right now?
I think they're the five seed. They just
Okay.
like JJ Redick's had a good year, and now I'm thinking, Pat Riley, Magic Johnson, Phil Jackson, Kobe, and now the Lakers have this envision of JJ Redick
Oh
and
my
Luka.
God, JJ.
Like JJ, I mean,
Yeah.
I think they really look they when they hired JJ Redick, they were talking to he reminds them of Pat Riley. And
Okay.
I'm like, I don't see that. But they're JJ Redick, these guys are not going anywhere anytime soon. The Lakers have been firing coaches a lot.
Mm.
Darvin Ham, Frank Vogel, Luke Walton. This this regime is gonna be staying put.
Yeah. It's just unbelievable.
And now I'm just curious what else happens. If I'm the Lakers, this is crazy, and I don't. You're not ready for who I'm about to say they should target.
Yeah.
Draymond Green. The Warriors are struggling. And I think Draymond and LeBron are really good friends, and Draymond's been trying to recruit LeBron to the Warriors. What if the other way around could happen?
What does Draymond bring to them? Like just rim.
Defense, toughness. That team needs
Yeah,
defense, man. I mean, they have Finney Smith, who, him and Luka are reunited. I mean, I think they really
aren't
need.
Finney Smith and Luka kind of similar?
What do you mean?
Like defensive, their body types.
You mean Finney Smith and Draymond?
That's what I meant. I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah, I was about to say, yeah, 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 a little. Draymond's more of an interior defender, and Finney
Yeah,
Smith, but like they do have Vanderbilt too. They'll definitely target centers more, but
yeah,
I kind of could see. I wonder if guys around the league are telling their agents to get me to the Lakers. Like, I
yeah.
wonder if that's like that could happen now.
This is
This
one of
is
those
a
moments.
massive shift. What's up?
This is one of those moments like where good or bad, like it's such a big moment that you remember, like you'll always remember exactly where you
Oh,
were.
I'll always remember
This
this.
happened because it's just so shocking.
Like the way people talk about the Herschel Walker trade was the worst trade ever. People
Uh,
are never gonna forget this trade.
yeah.
Like the Babe Ruth trade, like this is going to be talked about in there. I really do believe like just such a shock value and like how none of this got leaked. And I kind of wish all trades happen like this where it just boom and you're
Yeah,
like,
you're just shocked about it.
just total shock. Did oh, okay. I'm checking. I keep getting notifications. So I'm like, I'm just checking my phone now. If any trade happens, nothing happened. But
Yeah.
um, yeah, I mean, Luca has publicly said nothing. He's returned none of the Mavericks phone calls. He is stunned and shocked. He didn't request a trade. That's crazy to me. They just traded him. I'm in such disbelief. I just cannot believe it.
Yeah, how you just trade a 25-year-old superstar. He has the opportunity, even with the Mavericks, he had the opportunity to be the next face of the league. I remember watching something earlier this year. It was Bill Simmons saying that, and it was in reference to the NBA's ratings going down and people complaining about it. He was like, the NBA needs their next unicorn superstar, their next like big moment, and this could be it. Like this could be
Oh,
the moment that
this
gets
is gonna be
people
it.
going crazy about the NBA. In 20 years, we might look back, be like, oh, remember when people were complaining about the NBA and all this stuff? That like this moment, the Luka trade saved the NBA.
I mean, him on the like when the Lakers are good, it's better for the league.
Uh,
And they have a superstar, a young superstar on the team. And they haven't had this in a while because when LeBron joined them, he was still amazing, but he was 33, 34.
yeah.
And he's at this guy's in his prime. And now he's on the Lakers, and it's just nuts. And I mean, they'll do everything they can to win around this guy. Do we have any voicemails?
Yeah, we do. We have two voicemails.
All right, perfect.
Uh, oh wait, let me explain this.
And Max calling in from Austin, Mississippi. So big news last night with that Lucas trade. My question is for Johnny, since he's a Lakers fan. I want to know what he thinks will happen with the Lakers, how this will play out with LeBron and Luka, and how does this make sense for the Lakers who were looking for a big man to pair with AD to just trade away their big man? I don't get it.
Well,
Also, if LeBron James leaves the Lakers, gets traded or whatever, and the Lakers want to focus around Luka going forward, Johnny, do you change your alliances? Because you're a LeBron fan, you're not a Lakers fan. So if he moves to Golden State to wherever, are you going to become a new fan of that team, or are you going to stay a Lakers fan? Thanks for taking my call.
Also,
all right.
Zoom says we're running out of time. I think we got 10 minutes left.
All right, we'll wrap it up then.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks for the call. So, to your last point, since LeBron's already said he's gonna stay, and I would have followed him, yes, but he's gonna stay a Laker.
Huh.
So so the Lakers side, I mean, it's really shocking. Like, obviously you're right, they were looking for a center with Anthony Davis, but this just got presented to them, and this, even if it does make you worse right now, this you can't say no. I mean, this is
Yeah.
setting up for the future, which I think they'll be better overall even this year, but even if you do get worse, it's still an amazing trade. this sets you up for the future. And this is just something that sounds like it almost fell in their lap and you just couldn't say no to.
Yeah.
And for LeBron and Luka, I know some people are questioning the fit because they're both kind of similar players, both ball dominant, but those two are two of the smartest high IQ basketball players I've ever seen. They'll figure it out. It's gonna be cool to watch.
Also, I feel like LeBron and Kyrie were both ball dominant, and even LeBron and Dwayne Wade a little bit were both ball dominant. Like
Yeah.
he always figures it out,
And
and
LeBron's could play off ball. He's a much better shooter than he used to be.
that is
He's
true.
a 40% three-point shooter now at this point in his career. And
Yeah,
he's older. This is what LeBron's been trying to do for so long. When he went back to Cleveland, his envision was to be the third option next to Kyrie and Kevin Love originally. That, of course, didn't happen. Then with the Lakers, even with Anthony Davis, even with Russell Westbrook, like he's been trying to hand the keys off, and year in and year out, it just doesn't happen. And now you can finally say it does happen, where he does not have to be the primary ball handler. They have a superstar point guard on the team who he can lean back on. And
It-
it's gonna I think it really could extend his career if he wants to keep playing.
yeah. I think this is the type of move. Last night, the a reporter asked LeBron after his game against the Knicks, like, "Oh, will we see you back?" And he said something like, "Oh, I'm not sure, or maybe, or something." This is the type of move where I think LeBron, no matter what, comes back next year because he wants to play with Luka.
And if the Lakers are good, the issue why I thought he might retire, because I didn't think he ever wanted to leave the Lakers. I think he wants to retire a Laker. I thought he could retire early because the Lakers were just kind of mid. Like they weren't ever a championship team.
Uh,
Now he could keep playing. He's still so good. If their Lakers are winning, and now last year LeBron offered to take a pay cut and the Lakers didn't make a move. I can see that happening now with Luka, and they add more pieces in the offseason. This is
yeah.
who knows. That's different topic, but
Uh,
I think LeBron could play longer if he wants to. I don't know how much longer he wants to play. No
I
one
agree.
does.
I think he has another year or two.
Hmm.
He
He for
barely has
sure has another year or two, and he's still
time.
so good.
Yeah. All right,
All
we
right,
got the
and
next
another voicemail.
one. Yeah. This one's my dad.
Hey guys, good afternoon. This is Max from New Jersey. Wow, epic trade last night in the NBA, and I got me to be wondering when are fans going to start killing Adam Silver for what he's done to the NBA? Everybody loves to kill Rob Manfred. They always kill Selig, both of those guys for MLB and the changes they've made or the things they've ignored. But Silver has run the league into the ground. It's an absolute joke, starting with when he decided we were going to call the owners governors several years ago. The league has become irrelevant. It's closer to the WWE than any of the other three major sports. It's truly sports entertainment. I think it's all made up. How do these guys always end up going to the Lakers? It's a complete farce. I'll hang up and listen. Thank you.
I mean, you got a good point. This does feel like a WWE script. Like it just feels like Luka fell into the Lakers' lap. And it could be a theory because like the ratings are low and this is perfect for the NBA to get more popular. And it almost does feel scripted the way this trade happened. It really does.
I do have a bit of a theory that this was made to save the NBA and get people talking about it during the NFL's biggest week of the year, like I've reiterated a bunch of times. But people have been criticizing Adam Silver a lot more. I watched a video the other day where they called Adam Silver the worst commissioner in sports, saying that he's worse than Manfred. And uh, Silver the other day floated the idea of the 10-minute quarter. And I feel like making a move like that, you're just trying to get people who don't like your sport to funnel in and start watching your sport. You're pushing away the people that already like your sport. And I feel like the MLB did this kind of with the pitch clock. The pitch clock ended up people like it now. I mean, some people like it, but the MLB did this with the pitch clock kind of, and the NBA they moved the 10-minute quarters and take time off the season. I think that would be just a bad move.
I mean, it definitely is interesting. Like I like the WWE comparison. Like it's just insanity to me that the Mavericks didn't put Luka up like on the trade block and see what they could get from everyone. Like a play, it's just nuts. Like the reasoning for this trade, it's just bizarre. It's new. We're gonna get more news as the days goes on. We still haven't heard from Luka at
Mm.
all. So, I mean, I mean, keep on your phones. You'll see more news coming. Um, let us know if you guys like this type of video because we only have the studio once a week where we talk just bro. I feel like we had to talk this.
Yeah, yeah, we had to do this episode.
We'll update more NBA breaking news because the Lakers are definitely gonna make another move. De'Aaron Fox could still get traded, and Jimmy Butler is gonna get
Oh,
traded.
yeah.
But thanks for tuning in. Like, subscribe, share.
Yes, sir. We'll
All
see you
right.
guys back Wednesday night, Thursday morning for our regular
Yep.
episode.